Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So I asked you guys on my Instagram to leave in the question box some stories you would like to know about my first something. I literally asked like an hour ago and I've got loads. So I'm going to answer the most popular ones, maybe some other ones as well. The first one someone wrote was first time meeting a viewer. The first time I met a viewer was in 2017, I'm pretty sure. Like, this was like a few months into me doing YouTube. I don't think I'd ever seen anyone before this. I was at a street party with my friends. I had like 500 subscribers and these two kids came up to me. One was 9 and one was 10, I'm pretty sure, and they were like, we watch your videos, can we take a picture with you? I was like, huh? I was like, sorry, do you even know who I am? Have you got the wrong person? Because I was not known at all. I had just started off. Someone said the first time you got yelled at by a teacher. First time I got yelled at by a teacher. I don't really ever get yelled at by teachers. I mean, I've only been in trouble with a teacher properly once, was when I got suspended. Do I tell you guys that story? I don't know. Basically, I bullied a girl and I got suspended for it. Like, me and a few other girls. Ignore my ugliness, please. Wait, lights, camera, action. In the morning, I had tutor with my teacher before my lesson started, and then I got told to go in another room, and a lot of other girls got called in as well. I thought that I was going to be moving upset. Me and like literally, I'm not even exaggerating, like 10 girls. And my tutor was in a science classroom, so we were just all sat on the science chairs. And we got cussed differently by these two teachers, saying that we were bullying some girl. A lot of the girls, I was like, how are you involved? Because I mean, I can't lie, I did chuck about a few insults at this girl, but she was rude to me. Like, that's what you get in it. But some girls, I was like, why are you here? Like, you said nothing to her. Like, she's just making up so much. My tutor, she yelled at me, and then my friend's tutor was also there, and then he yelled at us and said that he would never want to have friends like us because we're like basically horrible people. And I was like, ugh, wow. Then that same day, imagine I had to hang out with that girl at lunchtime because you had no other friends. No one else wanted to hang out with you at break. But I did, because I am a caring person. That is absolutely preposterous. My 3 friends got kept in science all lunch. They didn't even get to eat lunch. Like, they starved them. That is actually preposterous. I got called in by my tutor again. She cussed me again and was like, oh, I know your mum wouldn't be very happy with you, because she seems like she basically has like really strict parenting, basically saying like your mum's black, so she's gonna beat you up when you get home. I was like, right, don't even try it, mate. And then we had an internal suspension the next day, so we had to go in on home closed day, casual closed day, in our uniform, and everyone's tutor visited them to see how they were doing, but my tutor didn't visit because she hates me. And I saw her the other day in Tesco's, and she looked me up and down. Don't even try it, mate, because you're not my teacher anymore. I will cuss you, eh? Right. But then the lady who was with us for our internal suspension, yeah, she just like was chilling with us. She didn't even see the issue. Like, she was just letting us talk about X Factor and joke around with her, and she never even like yelled at us once about the situation. She just had to do it because and she told us that it was going to be wrote on our school record. So basically just had a day in a library doing work. For what reason? I didn't learn anything in that process. So that's my first time. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Bye. But yeah, I'm a goody two shoes. No one can tell me different. So a lot of people are asking me about my first boyfriend. Now, I have never had a boyfriend, a real relationship. But if I ever do want to talk about the time I get a boyfriend and all that, then I will. But right now, it's none of your business. So yeah, maybe I should be a bit more honest, but I don't want to. Okay. So the next one, my first period. So I started my period, well, I started puberty very, very early. I think I started going through puberty at 6 years old. That is like disgusting. I had full grown boobs by the age of 8, I'm pretty sure. They're the same size, if you're wondering. 32B was the size I was then, and I'm still that size now. Embarrassing, but we moved. I started my period at 10 years old. At first I didn't know it was my period. I didn't know what it was. this is really embarrassing. I thought I'd pooped my pants. For like a good 3 days, I was like, I'm pooing myself, because it wasn't.
This is really TMI.
It wasn't full on red, like, because it was my first one, so it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, bloodshot red, like bleeding like vampire. It was just a little bit, but I was like, I'm pooing myself. And then I realised that it was not coming from that hole, it was coming from the other hole. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm starting my period. I didn't know that like it happened once a month. I wasn't really sure. I didn't know if I was going to be bleeding forever. I didn't know. I don't think my mum expected me to start that early either. So like, there's no point telling a 10-year-old about periods. I mean, you probably don't think that she's going to start it. So I went to my mum, told her, and she cried, obviously, because a 10-year-old starting her period. That is really young. First fake friend. Oh, I don't know. I've had a lot of fake friends in my life. I don't, you know what? I know who my first fake friend was. This is the same girl who got me suspended, so as we can all see, she has tried to ruin my life on many occasions, so therefore I will not speak much on this topic. Okay, goodbye. And I'm pretty sure she watches all my videos because she's a little stalker. She was a, what's it called? Like keyboard warrior? That's it, keyboard warrior. Like she
say everything on text. Bring it to my face. Say it to my face. I would love to see you go.
First time getting drunk. I didn't think about this. So, before I start, I do not encourage underage drinking, and second of all, I do not encourage drinking in large amounts. Basically getting drunk. The first time I got drunk was at a family party, and at family parties, well my ones anyway, there is alcohol upon alcohol. Like, it's dumb. No one gets drunk. Like, my family isn't like that kind of family. Like, we drink, but we don't drink to get drunk, we just drink to socialise. There was a bottle of wine. I hate wine. Ew. I just wanted to know what it felt like. I didn't know if I was going to remember anything, so I was like, you know what, let me just experiment. This is a science experiment. I'm going to drink until I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how much I drank, like a whole bottle of wine, I'm not sure. I'll insert some pictures. I was there on the floor, my family was laughing at me.
Oh, so I ate you. I'm a good girl.
There she is.
Are you? Are you sure? I would never do this normally.
I just got really hyper. I felt tired, but I didn't know how to stop talking. I was just saying really crazy remarks at everyone. I was full on talking to my mum like I had never sipped any sort of alcoholic beverage in my life. I switched from drunk to sober as soon as she walked in the room, but then other people found out that I was drunk, and then they told my mum. She just laughed at me, and then she's like, well, at least you did it under my roof, and I was like, yeah. First time at a party with drugs. Okay, so I don't know what kind of drugs you guys are speaking about, because the kind of parties that I go to, people don't take drugs. Like, I've never seen cocaine in the flesh. I've never seen people popping pills in the flesh. I've never seen heroin. I've never seen ketamine. I've never seen like them hardcore drugs. I've seen weed, but so is everyone, I'm pretty sure. I mean, when I go to parties, the only thing that people do is balloons and weed and alcohol, if that counts. First love. Wow. I'm not sure about this one. Okay, this is, I didn't really tell people about this because this is embarrassing to say the least. So my first love, I was 12 years old. I'd met this boy on Instagram. Started speaking to him on Snap. Spoke to him from when I was 12 to 15, let's get it out there, a whole 3 years.
That is disgusting.
He catfished me 4 times, like, and I believed every single one of them that it was him. I still don't know what he looks like now. I'm pretty sure one of them he sent me was him. They sent me another one that looks similar to him. The boy that he sent me, saying that it was him, he then followed me on Instagram, like the real boy. And then he tried to like move to me. So I was like, that's not you, is it? Another boy actually played football with someone who I knew. So he lost the plot there. Never met him, but like I fell in love with him for some reason. Well, at that time I thought it was love. I was in love at that point, my 12-year-old me, and I would cry all the time about him. He broke my heart multiple times, like sobbing. He just lied about his entire existence. I don't even know if that is his real name that he told me. I don't know if I count that as like first love. It's just what you think at the time is your first love. I don't think that, now looking back, that was not love. 100% was not love. So this is the story of my first kiss. We were speaking for like 2 months before that, and then we stopped speaking, and then we started speaking again. Then we met up to go to McDonald's. Then we walked back to the house that we were meeting up at. I was just stood there. We were all like pretty much saying goodbye, and then the boy was like to me, "Elodie, let's go down here." And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have my first kiss. It was an alleyway. It was dark. I was so scared. I didn't know what I was doing. First kisses, you never know. First anything like that, you don't know what on earth you are doing. So I was shook. And he knew what he was doing. I knew he did. So I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, right, if you stand here and I stand here, and then we walk together and we kiss. And I was getting so scared. Like, it took him like 10 minutes just to kiss me, because I was like, he was going in, I was like, I was like, no. I think I shouldn't have done it. But I think it was one of them things where I was like, I just need to do it to get it over and done with, which I never do that. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, do not force yourself to do it just because you can get it out of the way. That is the stupidest thing to ever say. Do it when you're ready. Finally, he was like, just come here and you just kiss me. I'm not saying about him, by the way. I'm not saying that. So he's kissing me now. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to move my lips. Oh gosh, Mum's gonna watch this. I was just like this.
No.
Whilst he was just all over me, and I was. He just went full in. No holding back, no nothing. I walked out the alleyway now, met my cousin, and then we walked home because she lives walking distance. And I started crying because I hated it. Don't ask me why I cried. I think it was just so bad, and I don't know. I just got emotional. I was an emotional kid. I was like, I shouldn't have done it. I regret it. Like, make it seem like I had sex, but okay. It was more a funny cry. It was more like, no, that was horrible. I hated it. It was like, this was my lips, just like, and then his lips was like all over me. Like, yeah. It wasn't my prime time, but yeah. And then he actually ended it with me the day after. He told me that he didn't want to see me anymore.
You better stop!
Okay, so the next one is your most embarrassing moment at school. This was 100% the most embarrassing thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Okay, so I was in year 5. So in year 5, basically had some day in the secondary school, because I went to a private school, so the primary and secondary were connected. So we went with the older kids basically to have some like maths day, I think it was. So we did like activities for like the whole day. It was fun, but I was on my period, and I leaked. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I'd leaked, and I'd realised that I'd leaked, but I didn't say anything to anyone. And then my teacher came up to me and was like, "You can go to the toilet." And she let me go in the toilet, and I said to her, for what reason, that there was nothing there, like nothing in my pad.
There was stuff in my pad and I was leaking.
And I didn't have a change of pad, and my dress, you know, the summer dress, that white checkered striped dress that shows any sort of stain, just dots of blood on the back of my, oh gosh. Obviously she couldn't force me to like go anywhere and do something about it, so she just like let me be. Then it just carried on getting worse throughout the day. I was getting stares by everyone. It was just really embarrassing, because I was in year 5, and these people who were like helping us, like the older kids, they were in year 7, so a lot of them hadn't even started periods themselves. So seeing like a literal child bleeding was definitely traumatizing to them, to say the least. And I'm just sat there like, just blood on my bum, and I'm just like, hey guys, I'm just bleeding here. So my teacher finally had to just pull me out of the whole thing, get me changed into my PE kit, and then all the kids were like, Elodie, why have you changed into your PE kit? And my teacher was like, she got too many stamps on her dress. If you won a game, you got stamped on your hand. But she lied for me, what absolute G, and said that I got stamps on my dress and that it was messy. So she made me change into my PE kit. She lied for me, and I really love that from her. But yeah, that was definitely the most embarrassing thing, because not only my year saw it, the older year saw it. And I was ugly then as well, so it just doesn't help. I was an ugly bleeding girl. That's probably what they remember of me. With buck teeth. Didn't have braces then either. Goodness. Anyway, that was my most embarrassing moment. Or my first most embarrassing moment, yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is a very mixed up video, but you guys have heard a few story times about me, my first somethings. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, comment down below other videos you want to see. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!